The physical scars are confronting. So too the memories of the night that Cyclone Gabrielle hit Muriwai.
When the lights went out, we heard a noise like a aircraft coming over the top of the house.
The noise was extraordinary. The noise was just like something you'd see in a film if you were in a war film and there was a plane coming over the top of the house and it was about a metre above and it was about to drop a bomb on your front lawn. Yeah. That was the noise.
That evening, 2 volunteer firefighters died and a close-knit community was devastated. About 100 homes were red-stickered, including Maria and Abe's. Ironically, their house was unscathed, but the neighbour's house and hillside had come crashing down, making Abe's unlivable.
That house was on neighbour's property, which was about 50 or so, 60 metres further up the hill, and essentially hundreds of thousands of tonnes of soil and water and trees just wiped it off the land.
Inside Abe's house is untouched, a family home stripped of its belongings, but not its memories.
Well, 24 years of sunsets that we've enjoyed on this deck, raising 4 kids, all their whenua were buried on our land.
Maria, Abe and their 4 children never thought they might have to leave. Youngest Bede misses his home.
Annoying and sad.
And sad? Why is it sad?
Well, because you, don't have a proper home and, yeah.
Fair enough.
Mm.
You might have to say goodbye to this view and to this house.
Completely.
That's heartbreaking?
You can't, in all conscience, raise a family of 4 kids in a place which could fall on top of them at a moment's notice. And if you're terrified of the rain, you can't live in the West Coast.
It's not just the coast where Aucklanders are afraid of the rain.
But that was where the water sort of a settlement mark for the first flood was.
Just under the gutter.
Just under the gutter there.
Cameron Dick was in his Henderson home as the Auckland anniversary floods hit. The Waikamete stream broke its stop bank.
We can sort of see that it was roughly about chest high, so it was about 1.5 inside. So we were actually in the house, well, stupidly in the house, trying to get bits and pieces out still.
And the water was up to there,
and the water was up to there.
The water rose so high this sparple was carried away. Cameron's house was red-stickered and stripped bare. He has insurance, but that's no defence when the floods keep coming.
4 times since January, or late January, so it's 4 times in 4 months roughly. It's pretty horrific.
Is there any way you could live in this house again?
If I had to, you'd probably say yes, because it's better than taking a loss, but it would have to be mitigated to the point of council would have to give us the utmost assurance that they were doing everything they could to actually divert water away.
But Cameron might be lucky. He's hoping he might be one of the fortunate 400 who qualify for a government offer when they're announced on Monday.
At least start the conversation around a buyout. We're not expecting it to be a massive home run when we get if we get a buyout opportunity. So it'd still be a long way to go in terms of negotiating. But obviously a buyout at market value would be what we think is fair and reasonable.
But not everyone will think it's fair.
I'd say come Monday, there's going to be either a lot of happy people or a lot of unhappy people, depending on what situation we've been put into from there.
It will be a different situation for the people of Muriwai. They're also expecting a letter.
I expect that letter will say that we will have to wait until August, September, until the geotechnical assessment has been done before the process of categorisation and consultation can begin.
That means no chance of certainty anytime soon.
Central government's going to be breaking up for the election, so council can't talk to government about how to solve this problem probably until December.
Maria and Abe are also caught in a tricky insurance situation. Since their house was untouched, no payout, but it's been red-stickered so they can't live in it. And since the landslip was not near their house, no payout from the Earthquake Commission either. So in reality, a managed retreat buyout is the only option?
It's the only option. If council can't remediate the land to enable people to return to their houses, then managed retreat's the only option.
While they wait for a decision, they also worry for the community. It's resilient, it's rallied, set up a trust, a website and social media to keep up the public pressure.
Thought we might get stuck at home with no power. Oh my God, I didn't even know vegetables could do that.
But now the affected residents are running out of money.
There have been months without any kind of income support and they'll be paying rent and mortgages, and that's going to push local families many of them just over the edge with properties they can't sell and properties that they can't be mortgaged out of either because the banks can't get rid of them, which is horrific.